Good evening and warm welcome to Chaman Setia Exports Limited Q3 and 9M FY23 earnings call. Please note that all participants' line will be in listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the opening remarks. Please note that this conference is being recorded. The results, press release, and investor presentation are available on stock exchanges and the company website. I would like to introduce the management team today on call with us. Mr. Rajiv Setia, Joint Managing Director and CFO, and Mr. Sankesh Setia, Executive Director. A cautionary note before we begin. Some statements made on the call today could be forward-looking in nature and actual results could vary from these statements. A detailed intimation in this regard is available in the investor presentation, which is available on the stock exchanges and company website. I will now hand over the call to Mr. Sankesh Setia for the highlights. Over to you, sir.
Sankesh. Yeah. Welcome and thank you everyone for joining us on our Q3 FY23.
This meeting is being recorded.
And 9M FY23 earnings call. I am delighted to announce that we have recorded a robust performance in the quarter and 9 months ended December 2022. This season, the planted area for the paddy has increased by almost 10 to 15% compared to last season, despite the paddy price is up by approximately 10 rupees per kg this year. The export demand scenario has been favorable in key markets. Our strength lies in strong customer relations as of today, which is further strengthened through consistent and timely supply of quality rice as per the presence and end consumer. We continue to focus on operational efficiency, expanding our distribution reach and penetrating into new geographies, which we will continue to drive our growth journey going forward. While growth remains a key factor for us, we always believe in the sustainable performance while maintaining our profitability. Coming to the key highlights of Q3 FY23. For Q3 FY23, our operating revenue was up by 62% year-on-year to rupees 353.9 crores from rupees 218.9 crore last year. The growth in the revenue is due to the market share expansion in the current geographies, because we have entered a lot of new countries recently and strengthening our distribution network through exhibitions and many other traveling based marketing. For the quarter, our export sales grew by 44% year-on-year and export sales by value grew by 66% year-on-year at rupees 312.4 crore. Gross profit for the quarter was at 91.1 crore, up to 35% year-on-year. The gross margin increased by 505 BPS from 30.8% in Q3 FY22 to 25.8% in Q3 FY2023. Due to the increase in output cost, however, the strong revenue growth along with our constant focus on operational efficiencies and moderate in freight expenses have resulted. Since the freight prices also went low this year, which is good for all the industries. Along with the focus on operational efficiencies, the EBITDA was up by 130% year-on-year at rupees 51.4 crore, rupees 22.4 crore in Q3 FY2022. The EBITDA margin improved by 430 BPS year-on-year from 10.2% in Q3 FY22 to 14.5% in Q3 FY23. Profit after tax was at 37.5 crore in Q3 FY 2023, a growth of 134% year-on-year compared to 16 crore in Q3 FY 2022. EPS for the quarter stood at rupees 7.2. Now taking you through the key highlights of 9-month FY 2023. So now we'll be talking about the 9 months. Before it was about the quarter. So for 9M FY23, the company registered a record high revenue and profitability. Our operating revenue stood at 1030.2 crore in 9-month FY 2023, up by 65% year-on-year from 622.9 crore in 9-month FY 2022. So from 622.9 to 1030.2 crore. In the same period, our export sale volume grew by 58% year-on-year and export sales value grew by 67% year-on-year at rupees 904.1 crore. The company is growing in the export market and has made a remarkable progress in the countries like Chaman, Israel, Egypt in 9-month FY 2023. The company has also entered new countries in Central Asia like Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, and so on. The gross profit for the year 9M FY 2023 increased by 43% year-on-year to rupees 264.6 crore. Gross margin was at 25.7% EBITDA for 9M FY 2023, increased by 81% year-on-year to rupees 110.4 crore, and EBITDA margin increased by 94 BPS year-on-year from 9.8% in 9M FY 2022 to 10.7% in 9M FY 2023. In the same period, profit after tax grew by 88% year-on-year to rupees 79.9 crore. PAT margin increased by 94 BPS to 7.8% in 9M FY 2023 compared to 6.8% in 9M FY 2022. The earnings per share was at rupees 15.5 per share, and the total inventory as of December 31st December 2022 was at 439 crores. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak, and thank you so much for hearing me out. With this, I would like to open the floor for questions and answers, and thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Sankesh, thank you. Thank you very much. Sankesh Setia. Thank you. Regards.
Thank you, sir. We shall now open the floor for question and answers. Participants may use the raise hand function to ask a question. Kindly introduce yourself and your company. The first question is from Cow Capital.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Neha ji. Am I audible?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you very much, sir, and congratulations for great set of numbers. I'm Agastya from CAO Capital. Sir, I had a few questions. One was, can you tell us, going forward, given that we are adding so many new markets, how will the quarterly seasonality play out? कौन सा quarter heavy रहेगा, कौन सा quarter light रहेगा? क्योंकि थोड़ा सा seasonal तो रहता था business. But given the organic growth and given the new markets, how will that play out? So that's the first question. Also, the seasonality and the variations that we'll see in the ASP going forward, because as you said, area under cultivation is very high this time, and yet prices have gone up. तो आप लोगों का इसमें ASP के sense का क्या sense आप लोगों को लग रहा है for the year going ahead? That's the first question, sir.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, open. Rajiv Setia. First of all, I feel a little regret on my part that after 1 or 2 phone calls, after a long gap, I have resumed calling, and it will be more frequent in the future. This is what I assure. Now, coming back to your question. Admittedly, basmati is one crop in a year, which various variant they start coming from September onward and till October, and the complete harvesting takes place. And yes, the farmer brings the paddy to the mandis, and we all start our production process. But we as a company, precise reply to your question is, we don't buy the entire material at the beginning of season. We keep on buying frequently.
Right.
Simultaneous, our sale process is going on, because we buy paddy and we buy rice also, which is complete rice, but we still have to put into the process of air cleaning, stone cleaning, or any kind of foreign material. We have to clean it up. We have to make it as per the international standards, Sortex, metal detection, and after that we pack. This in itself is that sophisticated and latest machinery it goes through. It is most essential for export. So that is also our kind of a capacity, and there are so many supporting manufacturers. We keep on buying whole year. It is available. Rice is available whole year. Paddy that finishes almost by March every year, or then thereafter there is limited availability. Largely it is sold out by the farmers. Farmers or some traders also keep paddy. But yes, of course, it is a seasonal product. A period at the end of year, a period comes when there is short of supplies. But it's hopefully your answer is clear.
And sir, about ASP, आपको ASP के क्या trends दिख रहे हैं? Given again, आप नए markets add कर रहे हैं, so are you seeing this 80 rupee plus number sustaining for the next, let's say, 4 quarters, or will you see some correction?
Repeat your question. 80.
Sir, average realization. Do you see 80 rupees plus sustaining throughout the year, or will you see some correction?
No, this is a very subjective question for us. It's very simple. We buy on one side and sell on the other side, like any business.
Right.
So if we get, whatever is the cost of procurement, accordingly, we market prices open and accordingly we sell. The advantage of the company is a very wide distribution around the world. Very wide distribution. That is the catch of the business. We built up in so many years our market, our sustained relationship with the customers, and meeting them in the exhibitions or travel, which Sankesh told. So this is how it happens. If the price come down, for example, it matters. Sometimes the prices are very high in the season. After 2 months, they come down. Right. In the commodities, prices go up and down, and we buy with some sales coverage. There is nothing blind in the business. We sell on one side, procure on other side, and keep this balance maintained throughout the year.
Right. Sir, आपका branded sales कितना हो गया है अभी? As a percentage of total sales?
The branded sale is 6 to 7%. Sankesh, you will answer, or should I continue with the answer?
You continue with the answer.
Okay. It's 6-7% as regard export is concerned. In Indian market, it is mainly our own brand, but international market is 6 to 7%. And the beauty of this business, though it is very small, but we are in 40 countries, 39 to 40 countries. Sankesh, I am right?
Yes, you are correct. We have about
Because
40.
you handle this part. We are in 39 to 40 countries, and you see, whenever for any business you find a good distributor. Distributor prefers the product which is famous in the market. For the new product, it's hard working for them. Most of the very big distributors don't catch on your product.
Mhm.
We always try to sell to someone, maybe smaller person or bigger person. Our presence should be in the country. And I have seen it, realized it, that in few countries, in one of the African countries, our supply was just 4 or 5 containers a year. But the brand separate. There was limited competition, the brand separate. And now
Right.
selling more than 100 containers in that particular country, I will not name publicly.
Right.
Today, if something is selling in one country in limited area, gradually it will become famous. If my existing distributor works hard and enhances my sale, I'm very happy. And if he is unable to do, at least my presence in the country, I have ease in finding the next distributor and place. This is idea.
Right. So one final thing, and then I'll go back in the queue, sir. I have other questions, but I'll come back later. So एक request है आपसे, sir. Again, because of this Adani problem, corporate governance issues have come out in the open, and you have seen the way market has reacted. And I have always found your company to be trading at a substantial discount to what the fair value should be. And given the especially the cash on the books, generally आपकी industry में सब debt पे चलाते हैं business को, but you are a cash-rich company. So my request to you is, you partially touched upon it, that you will continue with the Concalls regularly now. So I really appreciate it, sir. But also, sir, any of the corporate actions that you take, any of the end use of the cash that you make, sir, please be very, very careful. Market is getting very finicky about these things. So I really hope that now that we are making such good progress on the branded side and on adding new markets, and our growth is also coming, organic growth is coming. This is probably the best kind of growth that a company can make. You're doing so many things operationally. I just hope, sir, that we continue with our disclosures and we maintain the highest corporate governance standards, so that the value of the firm goes up, so that everyone will gain, sir. That is my only request, sir. This Adani thing, again, sir, please keep that in mind, sir, because markets are very, very finicky now. Very, very finicky about bad corporate governance. So it's a humble request, sir. I have no complaints against you, but I just wanted to point it out. Thank you, sir. I'll go back in the queue.
Your suggestion is excellent, and I have taken very serious and due note of what you said. Historically, we have very conservative and carefully run the company.
Yes, sir.
History, in our industry, if you search, a lot of people have gone in bad shape. And
yes, sir.
We understand those periods also. And
yes, sir.
Yes, on the corporate governance also, we are implementing everything. And wherever we need, we are approaching professionals for that. That nothing goes wrong. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir. I'll go back in the queue. I have other questions. All the best for the future, sir. Thank you. Neha ji, I'm done, but I'm back in the queue.
Okay. Thank you, sir. The next question is from Sanjeev Damani.
Hello, Mr. Sanjeev. I'm looking you.
Namaste ji. Namaste ji. Namaste ji. Sir, I've been, for last about 2-3 years, I have noted you to be a very conservative businessman and a very prudent businessman. And I really congratulate for the result that we have seen in this quarter. It is all because of your continuous perseverance and good strategies of the business that we are here today. So that is, firstly, I want to really congratulate you and your entire team. That is one. Now, secondly, sir, just now I noted, before I move to my other questions, I just now noted that we have an inventory of 439 crores of rupees as on 31st December. I'm glad that this has been disclosed, so we have come to know about it. And the another question is that can we also disclose the outstandings that we have on either export front or the domestic market? Can we get a figure of our net debtors as on 31st December, if at all we can?
Truly speaking, I have right now not figured, but I am aware.
Okay, sir.
Always around 100 crore, 110 crore, 95 crore internet.
Okay. No problem, sir. No problem. Ajay, sir.
And let me add one thing. My entire export turnover is insured with ECGC under multiple buyer exposure policy.
Very nice, sir.
Any buyer, a new buyer I get, I online check, if the company is on adverse list of ECGC, I don't ship. If the party is available with the cover of risk, I export. So,
very nice.
And I very rarely I sell on DA. I mean on credit basis, which we have called in the common language, udhari. Right. So that is with very old buyers, well known for 20, 30 years. We are still continuing with them. But new buyer, it is against payment delivery.
Very right, sir.
Despite that, it is insured. If the buyer doesn't take the cargo in any country, if I call back, the entire to and fro expense is also insured with ECGC.
Very nice, sir. Very happy to know this. Happy to know this.
I mean, it is not blind risk, No.
Very nice, sir.
Because once in a while, somebody will definitely default in every business,
Right. Right, sir. So now I come to my next question is regarding, sir, domestic modern trade that you are now targeting through Amazon and all others. So what are the prospects there and how we can push it more if it has not reached a reasonable level of your satisfaction? And one more question is regarding the fact that when we export, we always sell it in 1, 5, 10 kg packages, or it is in bulk that it goes from here. This is I want to understand for my understanding. Say a 25 kg pack or a 50 kg pack. Is that the way it is exported, or we export it on in our pre-printed flexible packaging 1 kg, 5 kg that way in export market?
Yeah, most of the export is in small pack, 5 kg, 10 kg and 20 kg. Most of the export and 1 kg too. This is how it's. Beyond 50 kg, we are not permitted because ILA, International Labour Organization, the maximum size has 50 kg packing. Beyond that, we cannot export.
Okay,
sir. It is all branded, pouch packing, BOPP packing, non-woven packing, all kind of packings we do.
Okay, sir.
In the jar, every fancy packing. They're very beautiful looking.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Now regarding modern trade, sir. Last question is regarding modern trade in India.
Truly speaking, we are very limited in that business so far.
Okay.
But it's gradually growing.
Okay. And regarding online selling through our own website, if somebody clicks and gives you order, then do we deliver that way?
Yeah. That is also available. Apart from that, we are with Amazon, Flipkart, JioMart, and yesterday the Reliance people were 2 days back. They were in my office, and they also plan to buy in a big way.
Very nice, sir. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I am satisfied, sir. Of course, my pending requirement is dividend from your company, sir. I mean our company. Thank you, sir.
I take due note of your suggestion.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Somnath Paul.
Hi, sir. Good evening. I just wanted to ask you, sir, from our analysis, we understand probably maybe around 15 odd companies or more based out of Delhi NCR and Punjab region are involved in rice exports similar to yours. So I just wanted to understand, and I'm sure international standards are of certain level. So what is that makes your company score over other companies in terms of all the parameters, especially when we have 15 odd companies competing for similar product in similar markets? That's the first question. Thank you.
Admittedly, there are other competitors because that has to be in every industry. We are not out of that. You see, we are one of the oldest rice exporters. Since 82 we started exported, and this business my dad started in 1974 as a sole proprietor first year, and after that it was a partnership with me and my brother, family concern. So we have seen all up and down and turbulences. It's a huge experience. Then it's a very spread market, It's very hard. It is very easy to say we put up a mill and we start competing others. Admittedly, some competitions comes, but it's the strength, financial strength. If I buy the rice, I deduct 2% CD immediately, and on the third day I make the payment. It's not even a week. When you make payment timely, your vendor sleeps comfortably after selling you. He sells cheaper also. Who gets this kind of advantage? I have a cash. We are cash-rich company. We use that advantage one for our pricing, and we can better compete than others. Most of them, and there are big company, equal company, they compete very good with us. So it's part of business, nothing to scare off.
Sir, secondly, I think you mentioned that to the previous speakers that you have seen the highs and the lows of the business, and you have also seen a lot of companies going through a bad phase or probably getting bankrupt. So probably you being a cash-rich company, so have you come across situations or have you ever wanted to acquire companies in your business who have gone through a bad shape either by their choice or by industry, headwinds?
Absolutely not. I will never acquire any company from my own industry. I can expand on my own. I know how to put up the machinery. My brother Vijay Setia is master.
I would also like to answer this question partially. Sanjay Setia this side from Chaman Setia Exports Limited, full-time director. I would like to inform one more thing, like when there is a bankruptcy, so most of it goes in our favor. So let's say there's a company and they're doing a turnover of 500 crores and they go bankrupt overnight or in a 1 year or 1.5 year, their business starts going down. So out of 500 crores of their exports, there are buyers who are buying. Somebody's buying worth 5 crores, somebody's buying worth 10 crores of rice from them annually, somebody's buying worth 25 crores of rice from them annually. So automatically, we being very strong player and we being head-to-head and we being complete knowledge, information about the supplier, their buyers, and we always have a target that yes, this company is getting weak, their performances is getting low, the deliveries are getting late. So we automatically penetrate those buyers and all that sale, I won't say the whole 500 crores sale comes to me, but a huge chunk of that always comes to us because even a buyer is looking for a stable supplier so that who can supply them rice on time, who can pack their private label on time. There are a lot of supermarkets around the world who get their private label packed in India under their brand names, the Basmati brands. So they are looking for stable suppliers, good suppliers who can supply them good quality, timely quality, good pricing. So all these things matter a lot. And when a supplier gets weak, of course, a buyer also looks for a new supplier and we're always there for them. So anybody gets bankrupt, automatically a huge chunk of business comes to us. So it goes in our favor. So there's no, it makes no sense for us to acquire them. Automatically the business is anyhow coming here. And we are very choosy at that time because a lot of times, because out of our total sale, only 2 to 3% of our business is on credit basis, means udhar, open credit without LCs or without any bank guarantees. So out of all our business, only 2-3% of the business is like that. So sometimes, let's say there's an exporter who was exporting 500 crores of rice annually, and out of which 200 crores of his supplies were on credit basis. So I will not touch that business. I'm not looking for the buyers who buy on credit. I would always say the other industry people, okay, you can take this business. I don't want this business. I'm more happy to leave this business apart. So they can go and grab that business. So I grab the cash business, good buyers, who give good margin, who give good cash, whose payments are good. So it goes in our favor only when somebody gets bankrupt.
Oh yeah, don't wish anybody goes bankrupt.
And honestly, yes, we never wish. Like, I'm just replying.
Everybody should flourish.
Right.
No, sir, the idea was more to do with sometimes acquiring assets. Maybe, of course, the sales, as you said, comes to your books or under your kitty, but it was about assets as well. Okay, sir, I think I'll put a final question, and I'll come back in the queue if I have anything more. So for the same basmati rice, what would be your margin profile, say suppose to a developed country, maybe like a Sweden or Australia, versus an emerging smaller country? That is one. And secondly, as you mentioned, 6 to 7 of your exports are branded sales. So likewise, branded in exports and non-branded, how would be the margin profile different? Thank you.
Yeah, this question has been many times I've answered. Our large business is private label of the customer. So that is more important for you to first understand. You see what happens. For example, somebody from New Zealand or Australia or Canada, Indian people of Indian origin or Iran, Iraq, Oriental part of the world origin, they set up their store there or warehouse there. They have to have multiple products from their own country, or if they are from India, Indian and other products also. And they take rice. They, fortunately or unfortunately, in our industry, private label business is huge from many people. We have to do private label. If we want to sell in our brand, buyer says, I want my private label. Okay, fine. Now what happens when he starts the private label in pouch of 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg or 10 pound, 20 pound? It's his brand. He wants the good quality. We give the good quality. We give the reasonable price. And when he starts the business, 1 consignment, 2 consignment, 5, 4, after a year or 6 months, when he's happy, I'm getting good rice, my brand is flourishing in the market, that brand becomes his baby. He loves his baby the most. And we get the price. He doesn't want to change. It's a very big risk for anyone who is running a brand to change the supplier. As a distributor, he will have to, somebody doing our brand, he will have to come to us. Private label can definitely go to the other person, but it is a very big risk for him. And many customers say to me, Rajiv, give me the good price, don't care for the price. Charge your price, but I want the best quality, best than anyone. So our profitability as regard our private label business is concerned is very good. And as regard our own label is concerned, maybe in the beginning, sometimes we sell at break even also to enter into a country, but gradually we start getting.
No, sir, if you could just quantify probably some rough range for
profitability. Profitability, you see, it's very subjective and it cannot be correctly determined because it's a commodity item. We get huge margins from the private label also and our label also.
And sir, I was asking also about, say, suppose basmati selling in Australia and New Zealand and Canada versus a small country which is growing. So do you have a margin profile difference there as well? Similar items being sold in 2 different countries?
No, first thing from the developed part of the world, Europe, we get better prices. It's premium market. Canada is premium market. US is premium market because it's a FDA approved, you have to give less. And our unit is certified by plant quarantine department for export to USA. It's mandatory for exporting to USA. And we sell guaranteed FDA clearance rice. So we have very huge business in USA too, and with a good margin. Yes, you are absolutely right. The country like Iran, where I absolutely don't do business, it is simply a turnover business, no margin. Sometimes you lose money also. Yes, this Middle East market, some people pay good, and this, though it's a very big market, we do business in this area also, large business, but we don't choose the top class buyer. First category who buys, say, 100,000 ton rice, we search for 20,000, 10,000, 5,000 ton. Smaller customer who can pay better. Because if there is no profitability, we avoid business.
Okay, sir. I will join in the queue for follow-up questions. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Himanshu Upadhyay.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. See, I had two questions. The first was, what percentage of business would be through private labels? And means, let's say, brands or private label which have been with us for more than 5 years, established brands, something like that. Can you give?
Yes. I have already explained in the last speaker. We have largely private label business, and 8 to 9% around our own Maharani Basmati rice or branded rice. We customers in the private label, they are as long as 30 years old, 90s, 95. Prior to that, very old customers. I have so many customers which I can count. They are 25 years old, 20 years. The sustainability is long.
Can we say that more than 50% of revenue would be from private labels for us?
No. When my export is 7-8% in my own label, obviously my entire business, around 90% or little more, is from private label.
And when we do a private label, is there a supplier also generally given that we are the manufacturers and sellers on the, let's say, the private label bag, what he is taking? Mm-hmm. Is it generally given? So let's say a half a kg bag somebody takes a package, okay, or a brand, okay, or private label, okay.
No, we can do half also. We have infrastructure for packing half kg also, but we avoid. Unless it is a very large good order, then we go. Otherwise, 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg, 10 kg is the main supply. So we make excellent bag for him, pack it, box it, and stuffing in the container with entire care. It's done in Karnal factory only, not by local transportation and sending that destroys. So everything is done there.
One last thing. How are we looking at inventory management? Okay. See, we have seen prices of paddy and basmati rice both have increased in last 1 year. Okay. And some of them are at all-time highs. Okay.
Yeah.
The amount of inventory what we have, is it all pre-sold inventory only that we are keeping, or we are keeping some excess inventory? And is there any risk of price fall on that inventory at any point of time? So just some thoughts on that.
This is the best question so far amongst all because this is something which we always think, and it's something we have to be very, very conscious all the time while buying. We go with the satellite data of production when paddy comes. We carry out our own surveys for the size of production. We check how much is the last year crop is available in the market and prices. And of course, demand. Now it's the question of demand and supply. Yes, we have to buy some material unsold also in the beginning. And thereafter the sale starts. Customer also, now for last 15 days, people are waiting for the Gulf food because the company is participating in Gulf food from 20th to 24th, 5 days in Dubai. It's one of the biggest there. Many my existing and prospective customers will come. People wait. We'll see the price there also. So on one side we sell and on one side we buy. We can match our prices. And because, as I told, we have established sales around the world. In 90 countries we are selling now, and we can likely to increase also. So it's a hedged product, we have sales. It is already hedged. This much this buyer will buy. Even if he buys 20% less, this. We make all data. We prepare everything for buying. For example, my 3 months quarter sales is 350-60 crore. 353 crore. 3 months. My stock built up as on December is 439 crore. So I can comfortably sell in coming 3 months. If I compare with my preceding quarter. So this is how it is balanced. We sell and buy and we buy and sell. This is a continued process.
I would like to answer one of the thing in this. Whatever the stock is, almost 80-85% is already sold out. So it's already agreements are done, everything is done. So deliveries have to be made. Some of them before Ramadan, which is on 22nd of March, and some of them just after Ramadan. So most of the chunk will be exported before Ramadan. Almost you can say 250 to 275 crores, or maybe 300 crores of rice will be already shipped before 22nd of March.
Sankesh, you tell them your team of selling, because export you are handling. I did a lot of export in my life. Now you are handling and Ankit is handling. So explain to everybody.
I'm answering on the inventory only. So the out of total inventory, even if the prices go down, up, it doesn't matter to us because 80-85% of the stock is already sold.
Sankesh, one moment. They have one question. You explain. You and Ankit are handling export. How you are performing all around the world? How you have decided the countries how you are doing? What is your modus operandi of doing business exports? It should be a praise to all the listeners.
I'll be very precise and quick. So we are exporting in 90 plus countries now. We have already touched 91 countries. Recently we started exporting to Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan, Central Asia also. So at the moment we have more than 200 plus supermarkets around the world which work with us, which is a very direct business. So we are the manufacturers, they are the buyers, and there's a consumer. So there is only 3 people in the line. So me as a manufacturer, the buyer, and direct consumers. So we have, and working with supermarkets is always a very stable business, and they are always up to their commitments because they are not wholesalers. But yes, we do have a lot of wholesalers with us.
Sankesh,
all those wholesalers, yeah.
Sankesh, narrow down because there are other people's time. It's just 15-20 minutes left out. How much work you are doing? How much Ankit is doing? You have to explain.
So all the sales are handled by me and my brother Ankit. And, so
how much percentage of export you handle and he handle?
Yeah, so Ankit is handling about 42 countries, and balance of the countries are handled by me.
Some of the existing which I was handling.
Yeah, so your about 22 countries were handled by you, which have been passed on to me and Ankit, and a lot of buyers have been passed on to me and Ankit from you. So we have about 400 plus accounts, 400 plus buyers around the world, which are divided, which are spread out in these 91, 92 countries. And and we are also looking for new geographies, and also in the same countries, we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of
organizer. Please take the next speaker. You see, because the time is short. There must be some people.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thanks from my side.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Ankur.
Hello, sir. Congrats for a very good set of numbers, and thank you for taking my question. So my first question is, if I look at your historical quarterly seasonality trends, the Q3 tends to be a bit weaker versus next two quarters, which is Q4, and next year's Q1 is very high. So can we expect this kind of trend to continue in this year also?
Repeat your question. You were too quick to.
Sorry, sir. I'm saying if I look at last few years trend, Q3 is not very high quarter if I look at Q4 as well as next year Q1. So can we expect this Q3 performance to be improved in the coming quarters? Is what I'm trying to ask, sir.
You see, it's something very, very subjective. You know, this Ramadan is coming early every year. So when the Ramadan requirements come, suddenly sales goes up. It's a festival in the GCC. So it matters, you know, sometimes the customer expect for any reason the prices may come down, they stop. They hold themselves for a few days and then they come up. This happens, you know. Overall we are concerned. It doesn't matter. Like one quarter is down and up.
And sir, this quarter we did 15% margins also. So can you comment what is our sustainable margin trend?
We always expect it should continue. We work hard on the margin. We work hard on the sale prices. We work hard on the quality. Every part of the business will result this thing, and we have to perform in at the end.
Sure, sir. And we are at 25% of our business is now branded sales. So what is our trend basically? How do we want to go up in this branded sales part?
No, our exports, our branded sale is not 25%. Domestic, it is all branded. Whatever is the sale of the total entire sale, it's branded. And in exports, I have repeatedly said it's around 8%. And of course, it is 40 countries. We want to increase our sales in the countries where we are already established. And of course, it is our endeavor to increase in every part of the world, because always we try to sell our brand first. My first sale in 1982 was also in my Maharani brand. So we know everybody sells his brand first, but when you don't get buyer, we can't refuse the customer, or don't refuse the customer for the private label also.
So how is Maharani brand doing right now?
It's doing good. In internationally, it's 40 countries. It's reasonably good. Yes, we are not strong in Indian market as compared to peers like KRBL and LT and one or two non-listed companies. Yes, it is our endeavor. We are moving to this online business first. Let the name spread, then we can find distributors. We have distributors. No, in India, we know everybody. Every big distributor is known to us. Let the brand become little famous so that we can sell at a reasonably good profitability.
Sure, sir. Last question would be, company has director's deposit of 55 odd crore. Can you comment why is this taken from directors, and what is the interest that is being paid on this?
Interest is being paid around is 9%, and banks are charging 7-8% with but they charge monthly and we have annual. It's more or less same. This cash is a big strength of the company. Cash is a big strength of the company. We are not dependent upon the banks, and this helps in the business.
Sure. Thank you, sir, and all the best.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Costa.
Yeah. Hello, sir. How are you?
Good. How about you?
So, your gross margins have fallen around 100 basis points quarter on quarter and 500 basis points year on year. So, I mean, as we go into the strongest quarter of the year, is there any gross margin guidance you can give, and how have basmati prices held up in, this quarter? Then Ramadan's also in this quarter, so demand increases, inventory also gets depleted. So, can we expect gross margins to improve in this next quarter?
I'll have to study your question because I'm not prepared on this answer. And I will, if you can give some contact, I'll get it answered. Maybe I'll have to discuss with my accounts team on the figures.
Okay, but in general, how is quarter 4 looking right now in terms of demand?
In business side, we are very confident. We have orders because I was not interested to disclose how much orders we had, but anyway, Sankesh did that because the new generation, they're more aggressive. So it's all covered business, and whatever is the stock and whatever is the booking will come in the subsequent quarters. So hopefully year will be excellent.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll stay in touch with you about the, this gross margin.
That's that question. No problem.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Namit Mehta.
Hi, Rajeev. Hope you're doing well. Just a couple of questions from my side. So what should, these are pretty outstanding results that you've announced for this quarter. Is there anything that we should consider as exceptional in this quarter? Anything out of the ordinary that has happened which, has led to such strong profitability, or is this just business as usual?
Actually, for after the COVID, you must have noticed, the food has become priority in the world. Some countries are storing, and this story of Pakistan, many people will learn the lesson. I don't know what they will do. India has wheat, India has rice. We are a lucky country. So in the food, we feel it's quite a long time for us for favorable result, favorable marketing. And India has 105 million ton rice in all. Out of that, basmati is just 6 million ton. Out of that, around 4 million ton is exported, just 2 is sold in India. So it is a geographical indication product registered for 7 states in India, and world is the market. It's a monopoly product jointly with Pakistan. It's a monopoly, and Pakistan has no atta, they will eat rice. So they are no longer a competitor with us. So that's the limit. Let's see what happens future.
And were there any Ramadan orders in Q3, or will that all come in the next quarter?
There were in Q3 also Ramadan we supplied, and they are continuing. Some people are a little late in buying, some are quick.
Got it. And last question. So I know you've had some thoughts around selling some other products outside of basmati rice as well to distributors around the world, given that you have so many customers. Any further progress on that, with whether it's dry fruits or biscuits or anything else, how are you thinking about that?
A plant is coming up in Gujarat, in Mundra area. We're putting up a plant. It will be leased by the company from the family concern. So in Gujarat, we see there is sesame seed, there is this moongfali, groundnut, and haldi, turmeric. These kind of products are available. Spices are available. Our 99% of our customers are not into one product rice. They are in multiple products. And many times they ask us, chai de do, ye de do, wo de do. But we'll do with the specialization and complete set. So while in Mundra, I have opportunity for this. And I have already plans in my mind. But we'll go for the commodity business, food product, which is our specialty. Because if I do rice, I can do wheat, atta also, I can do other things also. And wherever I'll make money, I'll go for that.
Understood. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Diksha Upadhyay.
Ishmitan.
Hello. Yes, Diksha, we can hear you.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. So congratulations for a good set of numbers. So I have one question, sir. Sir, can you share the volume breakup on a quarterly basis last 3 quarters, branded and traded both?
Right now that figure I don't have. I think the total volumes we have 9 months. If we have just the figure, but I can answer you if you want. We can send the figures. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll revert to you.
Okay.
Coordinator, please take note of this question. We'll answer. We have to answer. Okay. Yeah. 1 second. It has already been, I believe, given in this investor presentation. This answer is available. You look into that.
Okay.
If you still have any question, please do write us.
Okay, sir. No issue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from Ayush Mittal.
Hello, how are you, Ayush? In Lucknow?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, Ayush, you are audible.
Good afternoon, sir. So happy to see you again.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you and your team for a wonderful performance. Having been a shareholder for so long, I can say ki matlab, this was long overdue, the kind of growth that the company has delivered now, and it's a very proud and happy feeling. So a few questions. One, like if we look back into a company till 2-3 years back, we were kind of stuck in a 700-800 crore range for 3-4 years, and then we started growing gradually, but that was at a single-digit rate. And now that the whole industry is doing well, since last 2 quarters, we are seeing that we have also started doing very well. So one, if you can share what we have done in the last 2-3 years, what changes we have brought in the company that we have been able to grow now, or what? And second, what kind of things are we doing that we can maintain on this growth rate for coming time? What initiatives are you taking?
This is very, very good question. It is our continued pursuit to grow for the growth in the business. And thank God we have very good next generation, Sankesh and both brothers. They work so hard, they travel. We are not leaving any exhibition. Everywhere team is going. Now we are in Gulf Food. We are going on 20th onward Gulf Food will be available with a large star. Prior to that, we did in Iraq. Prior to that, we did exhibition in Turkey. And there is the one more exhibition, I don't recollect which country they did. We were in Anuga also. Even in the COVID time, I went to Anuga myself along with Sankesh. So we, as regard, the more you meet, the more you market, the more you business you can do. We have cash available, we can buy anything, we can meet any demand of the customer.
Okay. Earlier we had acquired a factory which was next to us. Have we built up more capacity, or we have done more expansion over there, or?
In which used to, we call that Shatar Chemical, because it was at one point of time a Solvex mill when we set up our factory. So we have put up big warehouses, whatever was authorized, and silos are coming in that factory. This is for storage mainly.
Okay.
Because plants are integrated with each other and they are in the existing old factory. I mean, our own places.
See, the other thing that has happened in past is that our margins have been very volatile and they keep increasing and then falling. Any thoughts on that as we scale forward? Any thoughts on protecting profitability? Because in past we have seen that at times we have gone very low on profitability despite being able to maintain turnover. Or do you believe that is the nature of industry and that will keep happening?
Your last word is correct. It's partial nature of this industry as regard bulk cargo is concerned. But in the branding of the private label branding, our own branding, that sustains us for the price. So if that part of export selling and domestic continues well, then there is no fear, which is likely to.
Okay.
When the wholesale prices come down and go up, it reaches the shape. It can. It is commodity, it comes in commodities.
Okay. So last question. We are seeing that many of the rice companies are also going into food products. Like though you mentioned that you are trying to go into fruit or something, but apart from that, the natural extension is like going into other food products which are related to rice, or maybe going into value addition or increasing our range. Are we doing something on those lines that other companies are doing?
First, we have to always look at our own product, rice. We have come out with the brown rice, which quickly cooks. The brown rice takes 30-40 minutes to cook. So it was, though it is more healthy, but it is not famous because of the longer cooking time. LT Food has also brown rice, which cooks quick. 15-14 minutes and maybe little less. I am not sure about that. And we have also come up with the brown rice which cooks in the same period. We achieved none else has. Yes, with one competitor, friendly competitor, no problem. So that what we have done. We are also trying to produce, Vijay is very hard working on it. With the roast and then processing. Roasting is nowhere in this industry except us, but it is not something unknown. It used to be UP farmers were doing 50 years back. They were roasting manually. So that mechanical process Vijay has established, then discontinued, and now again we are start doing that. That kind of rice, when I was selling in Dubai, people were holding my arm, hame bhi de do, hame bhi de do. I'm telling Vijay that come out with the quality which is unique. So brown and 1:1 rice, this roasted, bring it, I will sell wherever you'll say. I'll find good distributor. And yes, apart from that, value added, we have not gone in the rice, different products, quick cooking, ready-made rice or something like that. Not gone, because that you have to burn a lot of cash to market these things. It doesn't sell quickly. We prefer improving our product. As I said earlier, I will change exclusive in the rice. And yes, I'll go for other quality product in other, as I said earlier, in Gujarat.
Okay. Thank you, sir, and all the best.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you, sir. As we are short of time, this was the last question. I now hand over the call to the management for closing comments.
Closing comment. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Not a lot of number of people could speak to us, but I believe we have answered all the questions which may have come to their mind. Those who could not talk to us or who had another question, in all as a group it is completed. If you have any question, inquiry, please do contact us. No problem. We are always open to answer and available to our respected investors. That's all. Thank you very much. I'll be definitely again calling or meeting after the annual results. Let's hope for the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Setia once again.
Thank you.